Parents traveled a lot because of work, so we lived in England, Portugal, US, up and down.
But you're South African.
100% South
You're
African.
born here.
Born in South Africa.
Which
Come
hospital?
on. Come on.
Which area, which hospital, what date?
Okay. So in our lives, we believe that, you have this one life to live. So live it to the fullest because you live every day and you die once.
What has been the anchor to get you through all of this, and how have you been coping?
All right.
Okay. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food?
Pasta.
It depends. But my go-to
When we say pasta, it's pasta.
No, I say pasta. It's not the same.
pasta.
Pasta. So
What advice would you give to any young person wanting to join TikTok or grow on social media? Welcome to Take a Bite, guys.
Such an honor to have you guys back here with us.
And,
So we got a different setting today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
more
know.
intimate.
We are like
And
on
we have
this
a guest.
couch.
Oh, okay. So meet.
Henrique Barcelos.
Henrique
How many of you can
Barcelos.
actually pronounce his name? I call him H for helicopter. Hi, helicopter. Enrique. Is it N or hen?
It's Henrique.
Is it
But
like hen,
imagine
like
if
the-
a Durban person had to pronounce
So there's two pronunciations.
Yes, give us the
There's
pronunciation.
English, Henrique.
Yeah, like
so
hen.
it's 3 syllables. Henrique.
Enrique.
And then in Spanish, it's Enrique.
Enrique.
I like the
I like
Spanish one.
Enrique Iglesias.
Barcelos. Enrique Barcelos.
Patelos.
Barcelos. So what we do for
Barcelos?
Spanish, yeah, Barcelos, like Barcelos chicken.
Like
yeah,
Are you joking?
I'm not joking.
I like Barcelos.
I can't
Okay,
say the
so
same.
so who is Enrique to us? He's an awesome friend for the last 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
We've developed a relationship with him, and we should go in detail and tell you why we believe it was beneficial to have him on this podcast.
Okay, so today I wanted to talk about, there's a lot happening as parents.
Sorry, she skipped out the whole part
What?
of introducing Enrique. How is
Oh,
the
how
relationship?
did we? Oh,
Yes.
how did we?
You totally
oh,
missed that
sorry.
out.
So we go back. We met on TikTok. Very kind, sweet human being. Reached out to me. Was always nice to me on my lives. And then we were running a campaign to raise funds for somebody, and we then actually met in person. And yeah, from there the relationship just grew and grew and grew.
And also, when I last picked up, he's been going through a lot of bad circumstances in
Himself,
family and
yeah.
himself, and just having you here, you made it this far.
Yeah.
I think that should be the topic: is how to make it this far
Yeah.
at a young age, going through the
stresses.
stresses of life that you've gone through.
Okay.
And so
Maybe you want to give us some back end to your story. You
Alright,
can like
so-
summarize it if you're comfortable.
I'm gonna go full on Eminem on this one
Yeah?
because it's long.
Yeah,
So
so-
long story short, last year I lost my dad. So we were very close. It was like my everything. From one stage being with somebody so close to you every single day of your life, every minute, to that just being taken away from you. It's so difficult. It's like I felt like I was robbed. Like I don't know how to react. You don't even have much to say or like to even fathom or understand any of that.
Right.
So for me, it is still really difficult. So I mean, there's a lot of young people out there as well that's probably has it worse than I do. So, but I just like to be grateful for my circumstance. That although it's tough, but be grateful that it's not worse. Because yes, I don't have my dad, but I have my mom. So be grateful. Try and look for the light that you have in the dark, because when you find that light, you just have to hold so tight onto it, because that will take you through the darkness and to where you need to be.
and having lived in different countries,
Oh yeah, so
at what ages and traveling.
so my parents traveled a lot because of work. So we lived in England, Portugal, US, up and down. There was a time where my dad was living in Paris, and we were all over the place. So hence my
How
accent.
did that impact you as as a young
I mean, kind of.
lad?
It has its pros and cons because I got to experience a lot of what it's like to be overseas and the lifestyle there.
But you're South African.
100% South
You're
African.
born here.
Born in South Africa.
Which
Come
hospital?
on. Come on.
Which area, which hospital, what date?
Okay, I don't know, but I think I was born. I am born in Johannesburg. It's less.
Helen Joseph. No,
No,
I'm joking.
no, I don't know what the hospital name is. Actually, I'm gonna go check. But yeah, so South African, just don't have a South African accent. We spoke about this. We try to have a South African accent, still fail at it. Try to be normal, still fail at it. So this is Henrique. This is me.
No, and you know what? The traveling along with your parents must have been a blessing.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't have traded that for anything else because it taught me so much. It exposed me to so much of opportunities and just gave me a wider understanding of how life operates on the other side of the world, literally.
There was a moment in your life that you felt down. You remember we made that phone call. Misha handed me the phone during COVID. We had nobody. I was
He
in
reached
isolation. You were in isolation.
And I think it was the time when your dad just got diagnosed.
Was it actually? Was it? There was two phone calls. I think it was one was in Portugal as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was the
Because I
one
saw
where
the
you were in
plus
Portugal. You were
44,
not
yeah.
here.
Whatever. And
Yeah.
I mean, how did that feel? I mean, knowing that you were isolated in a circumstance, knowing that your dad had been diagnosed, and how do you deal with it?
To be honest, there's no way of actually dealing with it. You just have to, I wouldn't say accept it, but you just have to go on with it because you have no choice. This is what's been given to you. And it may take some time to really try to understand or grasp it, but you will never fully grasp it because till today, I still don't understand what cancer is. I still don't understand how it could be so life-changing to a person, how we can make someone so healthy so deteriorate over time, if that makes sense. So watching from the beginning to the end was, I wouldn't say traumatic, but it was traumatic.
It was.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's
to be
extremely. I watched
traumatic.
people deteriorate with the effects of cancer, and we're sorry for your loss. And I think I'm here to have you on the show to discuss that part before we discuss the lighter part of life.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
Was like overcoming such a dilemma in your life, and you had your 21st birthday, but you had a picture and a candle of your dad, and you tried to celebrate and mourn at the same time.
Yep.
I didn't understand entirely, but break that down for me.
So in our lives, we believe that, you have this one life to live. So live it to the fullest because you live every day and you die once. And with my dad, he was always such a bright light, enjoying always living life to the fullest. So we said the best way that we could live his legacy and show other people is that yes, he's no longer with us, but he's alive within us because he lives through us all. And believe it or not, his name's actually Henrique as well. Okay. So he's Henrique Senior and I'm Henrique Junior. So he left his legacy, which is me and my brother. So I would say mourning and celebrating just his life in general because we love to sing, we love to dance, we love to party, and that's all he lived for, is having a good moment because yes, life is so uncertain and whatever life throws at you is 90% is how you react to it. 10% is life, what's being given to you. So you make the choice whether you want to be sad your whole life or you want to prove and make someone that you lost.
How old are you again?
I'm 21.
My thing that I'd like to ask you that what has been the anchor to get you through all of this and how have you been coping as a young person at 20, losing your dad? How did you cope? What was your anchor? And what advice do you have for other people that's going through similar?
So I just turned 20 and not even a month later my dad passed away. So that was really, really mind-boggling for me. But I think to answer your question, my anchor has been my firm faith in Christ and Jesus, God. So yes, I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect Christian. I have my days. What you see now, I'm not perfect. This is all imperfection. But it's how you build.
work in progress.
Definitely. Exactly that. So I would say, like, yes, my relationship with God hasn't been that much of, how can I say?
Pressing
we have-
in.
Yeah, because, like, obviously, you have so many Christians. God, why this? Why that? But then, like I said before, like how you try to look for the light in the darkness. Once you find that light, then you see God's impact and God's blessing in your life, and what seems as a curse turns into a blessing in disguise and a miracle in your life. So for me, to answer your question, it's all
But
God.
with so many real life-changing things at your age, how does one even see the light? Let's be real about it. I mean, like, I want you to be honest. Is it hard to be righteous? Is it hard to be virtuous? Is it hard to be true to yourself? Is the reality? Because I'm gonna be straight up here, Mish. I wasn't a good chap at 21. I don't even think I had the ability to have this conversation. Life was just about, hey, Friday is coming, and I'm waking up on Sunday. And I don't know, Mish. Okay, I wasn't that bad, but I feel that we weren't so focused. We didn't have all this motivation to do good and make something of ourselves at that very young age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Actually-
think the vision, the prerogative at 21 was let's turn it up and enjoy life. Like we didn't have enough guidance. We didn't have enough mentors. Sorry, that's
Oh, you should get a 500 fine for that. And so my big thing to you was how, and be honest and real with me, because I have life boundaries. Nisha has life boundaries. One being Jesus Christ, my foundation. Two being I'm a father, she's a mother. Being we involved and we're at a different age in
Yeah.
our life. Now
Yeah.
let's talk about you.
So for me, to be honest, none of this, whatever I went through, is not easy. It's so hard. Like there will be times where I'm like, is there even God? Because at this point, it's like it's so difficult. Like how could God do something so like violent, so wrong to like someone like us? Because we've been nothing but faithful and like God, how can you do this? And for me, I think it's the experience that really what teaches you. Because I always say that what you go through in life, it either teaches you and shapes you. It's the way you, like I go back to saying like, it's how you react to it. 90% is how you react, 10% is life at you. So for me, being 21 years old, I think it's just, it all falls back to my parents and how they taught me and how they brought me up.
So
They,
value system.
definitely. So like God was first, like if God's not first, your life will fall apart. So they set my foundation in Christ. And as we go through life, we go layer by layer by layer until we get to this, what do you call it in English? Skyscraper. Yeah. So we get up to there. And when you're up there, sometimes although you're up there, it's really hard to like look further up because it's misty, it's cloudy.
So I'm gonna interject. 21. You don't have temptation.
I have temptation.
Last time I checked, you got a full head of hair, and you look little like a Justin Bieber version of South
Why does
Africa.
everyone say that?
And
That's what when
No,
I
I
first
mean,
read him, I was like, South
ladies-
Africa's just
comment. I mean, okay, I don't know, ladies, comment, right? I think this chap is handsome, good looking. Oh, probably can bag about 7 girlfriends a week. Riding a BMW, he's kind of got a good head on his shoulder, speaks well. I mean, how do you
it's
stay
the
faithful?
accent, I think.
How do you
it's
stay
also
faithful?
the-
How do you stay sane? How do you be a good boy in
Okay.
a bad world?
To be honest, I'm not perfect.
So you bad?
No, I'm not. I'm not
Oh,
bad. I'm
so-
not good. I'm okay. But to answer your question, I think for me it's that once you have your mind focused and when you see the truth in your life and what your goals are in life, it's really hard because there'll be times where I'll be tempted, I'll fall into the wrong path in life, and then that's the great
Is
thing.
that like when you lost your phone?
Let's not talk about that. Anyway, but exactly like that. So I think that's also just how like certain things in life that they do to you, where you decide like this was me. I was like I've been good, I've been faithful all these years, and then I get slapped in the face with like death. I'm like what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to experience and enjoy. And there's nothing wrong to experience and enjoy life.
But
with a right amount of
Boundaries.
limitations.
and
But
limitations.
now you don't have a dad. Who's gonna tell you what?
Exactly. If
So
no
how
one
are you?
Have you met his mother?
Yes.
She
He's
is
wonderful.
an Indian auntie who
Yes.
will put that boundary in
Really?
to him.
Okay.
But then again, besides like to my parents, it all falls back to the boundaries and foundation that was set when I was growing up. So
So you have self-control.
self-control and discernment as well, which is not easy. But once you get to a certain level with your relationship with God, you learn what is right from wrong, and you'll have your. We believe that the Holy Spirit will convict you into the doing if you're doing something wrong, and you have your guilty conscience that will also guide you in a way. So for me, I always
you have a conscience.
man up there.
Man up there. No, and you know what? That's so good to have that foundation, because at this current stage in your life, or I speak. The reason why you're here is that I want all 18 to 25-year-olds to hear what it feels like to go through a loss and to be in a fortunate and an unfortunate position.
Yeah.
So, what would be like 2 to 3 tips that you could give?
I mean, to be honest, from what people have told me, like, oh, it's time heals, time doesn't heal.
Okay.
At all. Time doesn't heal. Like, my tip would be, don't tell people that time heals. It doesn't. Your heart needs to heal. Once your heart heals, which it might never will, going back to the tips, I think once you stay faithful to God, and it's really hard. It's not easy to stay faithful and
So
to.
God.
So number 1 is God. Number 2 is your mindset, because
Mm.
what you put your mind to, you will be able to accomplish and do. If you wake up in the morning, I'm gonna be depressed, I'm not gonna succeed. You're gonna be depressed, you're not gonna succeed. If you put your mind to, I'm gonna wake up, although it's hard, but it's because I have to do it. We need to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's what life has taught me, to be comfortable being uncomfortable, if that makes sense.
So that's 2.
2, and number 3 is enjoy life. Life is too short to be miserable. Although it's sad, always look for the good in life.
Exude happiness.
Exactly.
Now to the fun parts. Nish, I'm sure you got some content that we want to discuss.
So
and unpack.
firstly, my lens came out while recording. I'm just putting it out there. An entire
Okay, so
malfunction.
her lens came up. How do we fix that? Do we get the makeup artist to come in and put that back in?
Quickly,
We look like an alien.
you only noticed it now
No, I didn't.
that I told you.
But
noticed
you know
it
what?
now.
It's out.
It's out.
It's out.
Leave
do,
it out.
Do you want to put it back?
No, let's just go.
Okay, so fun parts, juicy parts. So yeah, Nish, let's antagonize him. Let's ask him about, do you have a girlfriend?
Answer carefully.
Ask.
5 questions each.
All right.
Okay. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food?
Pasta.
It depends, but my go-to
Don't even
recent.
say pasta. It's pasta.
No, I say pasta. It's not the same.
pasta.
Pasta. So my go-to is penne pasta with Aurora sauce. It's best.
What?
Aurora. No one understands what I say.
Said Bora sauce.
Oh,
Aurora.
Horse.
Aurora. No.
Aurora.
Aurora sauce. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Favorite car?
Okay. If I'm talking about like big leagues, like
Yeah.
I would say Lamborghini.
Okay.
Lamborghini
Yeah, you look at
Aventador.
Doble, brother.
oh, yeah, that's a
Uh,
new one.
no.
Doble.
Yeah, but Doble brothers, they
Yeah. Have you seen their cars?
No, have you seen
Yeah.
their cars? Their cars are awesome.
What do you do for fun?
For fun, that's a bit of a tricky one for me.
Go to gym.
I go, well, that's to be healthy mentally, physically. But for fun, I would say that's why I try to incorporate my work into my normal day life so I don't have to really work a day in my life. So I would say for fun, I do TikTok, basically. And just, how can I say, I love singing, playing guitar, just chilling and having a good time with my
How long
friends.
have you been playing guitar for?
Self-taught for about a year and a half, but
Okay, so you're a noob.
huge noob. Huge, like
You're a
I'm not
newbie.
even kidding. It's
Chocolate or vanilla?
chocolate any day.
What size shoe you wear?
Tell.
UK, wait, US 10, UK 9.
So these Crocs look like clown shoes.
So we had a load shedding moment, and we're back with Henrique
Enrique. Yeah.
Barcelos. So, Enrique, tell me, what advice would you give to any young person wanting to join TikTok or grow on social media or just become part of the social media world? What would be your advice?
I think number one is that what you put out there, you must be able to handle the heat, whether it's good and bad, like
Okay.
criticism.
Yeah.
Number two, I would say have fun. Don't take it too seriously.
So before you go on, how do you handle the heat?
Okay, so normally, like, I don't know, all my other bunch of friends that are also content creators, they would say, like, don't read the comments and stuff. What does Henrique do? He goes and reads the comments.
It's hard not to read the comments, guys. It's difficult
So
not to
hard.
read the comments. You have to read the comments, and sometimes your opinion differs from somebody else's.
Definitely. So what I do is that I read the comments and I try to understand. I always try to have a neutral understanding where they're coming from. If they are correct, I'll say, okay, you know what? Thank you for your input. I really actually appreciate it. Not being sarcastic, because it's there to help and build you as an individual.
100%.
So yeah, and if it's just haters, block.
Block on a Facebook, block on a TikTok, block on a Instagram.
All platforms.
Okay. All right, cool. Being a young person on social media, what are the boundaries you put out on social media? Because you know something, they say the internet never forgets, right?
Yeah.
So what are the boundaries that you've put in place?
I think, like, certain things that I post, I'm very mindful of it, because I wouldn't want to post something that I know will come back later to bite me in the back. So the kind of boundaries I would say is that clean content. Try to be as clean as
Clean.
possible.
Being clean is difficult.
So difficult.
Sometimes you get roped into other people's drama.
Yeah.
And it's all about the way you respond or react to it, right?
100%.
So, in everything that you've learned, because I'm sure you enjoy being on social media, I'm sure you love creating content. What's the one thing that positively has impacted you out of this whole ordeal?
I think for me, posting a simple thing as me lip syncing to a gospel song and getting the feedback from people saying that they found their way back to God, and through that video they've like changed their lives. So I think for me, just being able to change one person's life
Right.
is more than enough for me.
And what's the negative part of it?
Negative part is, I would say, it's a lot of effort that's been put into it, and just sometimes the unnecessary backlash that you get from it. It's just
Okay.
where people don't build each other instead of break each other down, which is not what I'm for.
If you could be anywhere right now with anyone doing anything, what would it be?
I would be in LA, Los Angeles,
Yeah.
in the United States, with Ariana Grande as my wife. And just living the La Vida Loca.
Okay. So, guys, that was Henrique Barcelos. I don't know if I said it right. I don't think I did.
It's alright.
I tried. But we can you give us like a one goodbye saying in Spanish, please?
What do you want? Like what?
I don't know. What do you want to leave people with?
Because normally we just
for
say
them to
adios
re-
and we out.
Yeah, adios, amigo. No,
Adios,
no.
mi gente.
Like something of substance that you would say in Spanish.
I would say, so when we say goodbye in Spanish or Portuguese, we normally say até mañana, like I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
So that for me is like in a way of saying, like,
I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
I'm gonna see you. It's
How
not
do
a
you say
goodbye.
it?
It's a see you later. Até mañana.
Ate mañana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
You wanna give us a Spanish lesson before we go?
What do you want to learn? You want to learn some basics?
I wanna learn the get out of my face. No, I'm joking.
Déjame, por favor.
Something cute, something how like
So one of my gym friends was he came up to me. He's like, Henrique, I wanna like be able to like talk to girls. I'm like, bro, talk to them. He's like, no, in Spanish. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. So like a no, like a what's up, how you doing, like type of vibe. Like, ¿qué tal guapa? So that means like, hey,
Oh,
hey
the
beautiful.
Spanish, guys. It's the Spanish.
¿Qué tal guapa? ¿Qué estás? ¿Está bien? Then
Just flow. How often do you speak Spanish?
so at home we speak English, Portuguese, Spanish, and a bit of Hindi because we're mixed.
Okay.
So when we can't find words in certain languages, we just do. So when my mom's angry, she'll be like Henrique da in Hindi, English, Portuguese, and Spanish.
His mama's fire though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she threw a knife at me. the other day.
But anyways, so we are out. I am so happy to have had you here. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
I know it was short time, but we're definitely gonna do this again. We're gonna unpack more of Enrique. He is definitely somebody I'm rooting for to make it big. I know he has the potential. I know that he knows that he has the potential,
Gonna make
and
me
now he
cry.
has to unlock his whole influencer life. And yeah, good luck for all the opportunities
so much.
ahead.
Thank
So
you. It's such an honor to be a part of this. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. So how do we say?
Ate mañana.
Ate mañana.